How are you guys doing? Woo! Anyway, just blowing everybody's eardrums out since everybody was watching the ASMR video of Hawk because he was so quiet. Anyway, I haven't brought him in yet. He's already like, hey, I wasn't that quiet. Why can you not hear me? I'm sorry, I wasn't that quiet. Why can you not hear me? Anyway, all right, let me get to a roll call, and then I will bring in our guest of honor. Canadian Miner, thank you for being here. Paddywhack Miner, Overboard Tech, Patrick Guyan, Cherish, AC Mining, Retro, Mike Tech has not gone to bed yet. That's good. Red Panda Mining, thank you, sir, for being here. Rogelio Esquire, nice. Crypto Crag, Integra Guy, Bacon, Eggs, and Hash, Amplifier Gaming, Snowby, Edward, Steven Cicero, City, Geek of All Trades. Sorry about your eardrums. Let's see. Boinker139, Joe Spindler, and of course, the infamous Sunflower Mama, and K-Trim, and Golden Wolf, and Burn. So, all right, that's probably record time for me. But anyway, thank you to all my members. Very much appreciate you all. You keep this channel going. Allows me to buy things like that to improve my background. So I like it. Let me know what you guys think. All right. Let me bring in Mr. Hot Crypto, who's having a bit of a, I don't want to say rough time, but he's having an adventure. How's that? Let me see if I can reverse these. Spotlight. Yeah, but I want me there. Shoot. Hold on. Let me see. How do I do this?
Uh-oh.
No. No. Let me see. Well, he's got his voice all the way up. So you guys can probably barely hear him, right?
Yeah, you can hear me?
What I can do is I can turn myself way down. Okay. Talk, Hawk.
Hello.
All right. Can you guys hear him about the same volume as me?
Hello.
Yeah, I can just talk. I can just make him full screen.
I'm trying to connect these little, the power button connectors for the case. These things suck.
It's good. Okay. Yeah, he hasn't watched LTT. He has not watched Jay's 2 Cents. He's not watched wow, I can't even think. Gamers Nexus.
I did watch Gamers Nexus.
You haven't watched any of his computer builds, obviously.
Hey, look, the last time I did this was years ago.
Okay, so Hawk, what you want to do before your next build, because you'll really relate to it, is go watch Robitech, because he doesn't know shit either when he goes into builds. So he comes into it completely clueless and he just basically figures it out. But he's got many, many years of experience to figure things out. It's just pretty frustrating to see. Now, there are really good builders. I mean, Hard One Box did a live build just recently, and me and about 10 other people were trying to get their attention to make sure they put the power cables through for the CPU before they put their AIO radiator on the top. Yours, I don't think will have that problem, because I think you have a ton of room on the top between the motherboard and where the AIO radiator and fans are going to be.
Yes.
So I took a look at that. That looks like that won't be a problem at all. But for him, it was like super tight. There was no way he was going to get that cable.
So you know these little connectors for like the power on the case and stuff and the LEDs? It's just, it's so freaking hard to read on the bottom.
Hold on. Okay. Did you look through the parts? Because typically the Gigabyte boards come with like a special connector you attach all of these to, and then you just plug the whole thing in.
Watch it be in the box. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure that's where it would be.
Yep, I think you're right. Ah, damn it. Where did I put it? Fuck.
So, to be fair, I've built my fair number of computers, like 3 or 4, not a ton, but enough that I've made the mistakes and I figured out, wow, that would have been a lot easier if I did it this way. Hang on, I am going to embiggen your screen and just spotlight you because nobody needs to see me.
Well, that's
You're much prettier than me. So show it again. That would be it.
Yeah.
That thing is a really cool feature for, I mean, it's a small feature, but
Right.
I don't know. It's just detail. You know, like I said, you know, as we've talked about, I hate gigabyte GPUs. Love Asus GPUs. Can't stand Asus motherboards. Love gigabyte motherboards.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
just
I
my
get
experience anyway. MSI motherboards are good too. I've had good luck with them as well.
Yeah. This little piece makes the like everything a little. Oh, and it clicks. It's like it snaps in.
I know. That's why. Yes, I know. I know.
Oh my god, dude, this is like turning me on right now. Sweet. Just kidding.
By the way, did you catch where I said that's what she said in the comments?
Yeah.
What I was
Yes.
referring
Yes.
to?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I did that. Good joke, Dad. That's
Just wanted to make sure you caught that.
I caught it, Pop. Don't worry. All right. Here we go.
Anyway,
Wait,
it is unnecessary. You don't have to have it. It just makes things easier. Why not use something that just makes it easier and make sure that you're putting things in the right spot. The connector's labeled and
Right.
I don't know. To me, it was just like a no-brainer. Speaking of that, how many people was it Computex was the latest Taiwan show? Has anybody seen the uproar about, well, some people's uproar about taking the connectors on a motherboard and turning them towards the back? Honestly, I have wondered since since 2018 when I was in I was actually at a electronic manufacturing service, and I always once I went there and I saw like how it worked and everything, I was like, why are these pointing towards the top when the cables are in back? Why don't they just turn them all around? They're all through hole parts. Most of them, I should say, are through hole parts, but it's not hard to mount it to the front or the back. It doesn't matter. Just turn them all backwards. Now, the GPU one, I think, is kind of silly. That's much more difficult to run the power for the GPU through the board. Plus, then you have compatibility issues. But running the actual, you know, the connectors to the back, yes, there's some compatibility issues with cases, but that's a short-term problem. Once cases standardize, and if motherboard manufacturers standardize on where those cables need to go, or at least where the openings need to be, this will become a non-issue and it's going to become standard. You know, people are like, oh, but what happens to the cable mod manufacturers? Who cares? Who cares? Would you rather have a cable like going over and trying to figure out how to route it? No, just put it all towards the back. Get rid of the clutter. It doesn't matter. It just makes building a computer that much more simple. You don't have to route the cables through some grommet or anything like that. It's already hard enough to cable manage. Just route them all towards the back. Anyway, that's my rant because I couldn't believe Paul's Hardware was like the old guy in the room going, well, back when I was a kid, this is how we built computers. Well, so what? Let's build it the way it was always meant to be.
Right.
Cable connectors towards the back.
All right. Well, that was easy. Shit.
Well, I'm kind of cranky, I guess. Actually, I'm in a pretty good mood tonight. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't actually looked at my Crankk for a while.
What happened?
Yes, I have seen that, and I think that's stupid. That because of the extra cost and complication that brings into a board. I mean, running 600 watts through a motherboard, that is, in my opinion, I don't want to say crazy. Yes, it can be done, but it adds extra complexity where it's unnecessary. Like I said, turning the connectors towards the back, that's not adding any extra complexity. It literally is just mounting things on the other side of the board. That's all. Maybe if they have, if some of the connectors are surface mount connectors, so yes, you have to reroute the traces to the back layer instead of the front layer. That's not the big of a deal. But the big connectors, like the motherboard power, that's a straight through hole. That goes through every single layer in the board. That's just literally turning it the other direction. And probably need to change the pinouts a little bit because you reversed it. I haven't really thought about that in my head, but that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, all the through hole parts basically are maybe doing a slight reconfigure of the parts, but that's a very, very small cost. And overall, it shouldn't add any additional cost to the board at all.
Hey, Max.
Obviously, they will because it's going to be a cool feature. Who's asking me a question?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Sure.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
So, I know I talked about this earlier. These ribbons right here, they're like right up on the GPU like this.
Right.
When I vertical mount it, I'm kind of worried that the heat is gonna. This might sound stupid, but
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. There's been plenty of people. I researched it when this was coming up, and one person said it did melt their cable, but everybody else was like, "That's BS. There's no way because those won't melt until 100 C. The back plate isn't 100 C. The memory underneath might be 100 C, but the back plate probably won't get any hotter than 85. So it should be fine. But with that said, do you really want to have your, the memory on the back of the card be basically choked from any type of airflow?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna mount it vertically then.
Yeah,
I just want
that would be my vote. Well, that was my vote all along.
I'll probably just side mount it, or you know what I mean, just to be safe.
Use the inside mount if you're going to vertical the GPU. Use the inside.
I did. The problem is that I could bring the GPU out further, but there's nowhere for it to like clip here. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah. No, it needs to be further in, because otherwise you're going to choke off the air.
Right.
The airflow from the fans.
Right. So, I mean, it's a mid-tower case. It's probably doesn't have a lot of space for the vertical mounting a 3090. So probably.
Haynes, do you have the same type of issue where the cable, the ribbon cable, is right up against the back of the GPU?
Yeah, the ribbon cable is like right up on it. I mean,
no, I know. But Tane says he's got his vertical, and he said he had no issues at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I already have the mounts. I already have the mounts in place. I'm just like, I'm kind of worried that like it's like, whoops, hit me in the face. It's like just like this on the back, like it's like right up.
I totally, I can picture it.
I'm just letting the chat know.
I mean, the other thing is you can put it in like that. It's not going to catch fire. It'll stop working before it catches fire, because it'll melt if anything. But really, it shouldn't melt.
Right. I'm trying to see. They say not to like bend these things or like crease them.
Yeah, well, Taines, you can tell that it appears that it's a longer length than it needs to be. It's way longer than it needs to be.
Yeah, it's a lot longer than it needs to be. This is the one that they sold with the case.
Yeah, like it should be the right one, but
made for the case.
And you have it on the top PCIe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, here you can't. Hold on.
I mean, I saw it. I saw it from before, and it was right below the M.2, which is the top, and right below the VRM cooler. So,
yeah, we'll try it. I mean, if anything,
like I said, you can always take it out. It's not that hard to take out.
Right. Slide this over.
No, Patrick Guyan. No, it doesn't. It does not. It literally does not. They can, okay. you know how easy it is to run it through a second time? And remember, okay. So you have select solder for through-hole parts. Those machines exist. So when you have all of your through-hole parts, which are all your connectors, all on one side, you're still only running it through once. It requires new programming, sure, absolutely, but that programming isn't hard. Basically, basically redo the board layout. I forget what the name of the program is, and then basically submit that into your selective solder machine, and it gives you an initial run. You run a test run. You always have to modify it slightly to make sure everything hits just right. But yeah, I mean, it's really not that hard. It really isn't. You have what's the word I'm looking for? You have surface mount parts on both sides of the board. So because you have surface mount parts on both sides of the board, there really isn't anything, there really isn't anything that this is going to affect. Anyway, that's my opinion. I really don't think it will change much as far as the cost. Like I said, they will definitely try to charge you more because it's going to be not a value necessarily, but as a feature that you can't get from others. It's going to be something new. Therefore, they're going to upcharge for it because it's going to be the new cool thing. But over time, when it becomes the standard, it won't matter. It won't matter at all. Anyway, like I said, that's my 2 cents.
Oh wait, I know how to do it. Okay, hold on. There's a way to bend it where it won't touch. Okay, hold on.
Well, do you think these guys really have lower end 4-layer production lines? These are usually 8-layer boards. So, yeah, I mean, we had some very selective 10-layer boards that were certainly expensive. Certainly when you get to that many layers, it gets really expensive. 8 layers pretty expensive as well. But a lot of the motherboards have gone to 8 layers already. Again, all the surface mount goes on first. Then you put on the through-hole parts.
Perfect.
So there is no extra. There is no extra. Again, it's selective solder. So again, you're not just running it through a wave. And I suppose maybe that's it. Maybe if they're running everything through a wave, but I don't think so. I guess I'd have to think about, whether or not the wave could be used. But anyway, getting into the details of how you make a motherboard, but surface mount parts would be absolutely unaffected. This is not what we're talking about. And as I said, if you already have surface mount parts on the bottom side, it's not really an issue. There already are some down there. There's not a lot. There are some. So, anyway, alrighty. Did you get the GPU in?
Yeah, and it's not touching the back, barely touching the back.
Sweet.
Yeah, I just bent it a little bit.
Bent is never a good word to use when you're.
Well, not like a hard crease, but just kind of like a little bit of manipulation.
I know what you mean. I was kidding. So what are you doing now?
Just mounting the GPU back in.
Yeah, this is where the one guy had said it'd be easier if you mounted it to the actual, not frame, but the mounting piece first, so then you just put everything in together.
Yeah. It's a problem but even if I did do that, I can't get underneath here with the GPU connected to it. It's fine, I got it. It just needs a little love.
It's
just needs a little love.
It's awkward. Just a little awkward. All right, do we have any let's see. Let me check the chat here. Hi Son. Hi Chump Change. You guys have any comments for Hawk? Please, at me in the chat. That way I see it. Or you? Yeah, or Sunflower Mama, because she's always paying attention to the chat. That'll work too. That's why she's here to help me. I love the fact that she's next to me during the streams.
Ugh.
So Amplifier Gaming says, will the 3090 have enough airflow? So that's a very good question. Depends on who you talk to. Obviously, the back plane, the back of the card will not have basically any airflow. The front will be far enough away from the glass case that there will be plenty of airflow. So wouldn't be how I would do it, but he wants to have it vertically mounted, which I get. It looks really cool that way. So yeah, so he's going to give it a shot, and if things get really hot, he'll just do it.
Yeah, if it breaks, you guys can say I told you so.
Well, I mean, there's no harm in trying.
No, it'll be fine. Because what I'm going to do is, instead of putting the AIO mounted up here, I'm going to put the fans up here and put the AIO next to the motherboard over here. No?
Okay, so what happens when you do that? Where does the air...
That's how we did it on the last one, remember?
I know. But here's the disadvantage. Right now, you already have a very, 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 very hot GPU, right? Right?
Yep.
Okay. So if you mount it on the side, where is the heat from the CPU going?
Would be... I see what you mean. You want to...
Well, okay, hang on a second.
No, I see what you mean.
There are a couple different ways you can do this. So where are you going to be mounting fans is, I guess, the first question.
Well, I can put fans here.
How many fans do you have?
Where's my other case? 2, 3, 4.
So what you could do is mount the AIO on where you were talking about on the back, and then mount fans in the front and have that side blow out, and then the fans from the front will pull in, and they will immediately pull in fresh air. Hang on. Immediately pull in fresh air to get sucked into the CPU cooler, into the AIO.
Right. So have the fans mounted here, put the AIO right here, and then it'll create like a...
No.
No?
One's on the top. So, no. What I'm saying is that the ones in the front are going to pull air in and get sucked through the AIO. Ones in the top,
you're talking about mounted up. Okay, I see what you mean.
The ones in the top hopefully will kind of pull the air from the GPU, and so therefore pull air through from the bottom of the case through the top.
All right. So you tell me to put the AIO right here then.
Oh, is Hawk using an IO shield? Seems pretty cramped. Well, the actual motherboard came with an IO shield. It didn't need to be pre-installed. Jump Change says, bro, just put it together. It'll be fine.
Oh,
all
right.
The support.
So put the
By the way,
AIO
just
here,
for the record, I invited Chum Change and Mining King on. So if they wanted to come on to, contribute to the heckling, I fully encourage that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
AIO here or here?
Well, okay. For me, I don't know.
On the side. I think it should go on the side because it's going to be sucking in air to cool it on the cooler. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. So
there's sorry, S Chang says, is there a top fan on the top of the case? Yes, there are. He has 4 fans to work with, not including the ones that would go in the
I can put it like this.
That's the way I have mine, but I also don't have an 011.
But I have to actually move it though if I'm going to do that. But yeah, I could put it up or I could put it on the side here.
Sunflower Mama wants to know if you still have peels on that radiator.
What if I saw what?
Peels on the radiator.
Peels? Like the plastic?
Like cellophane that needs to be peeled off.
Well, yeah, there's plastic on. I'm just trying to show. Yeah, I haven't taken.
No, that's
plastic
fine.
off.
I just.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I gotta mount the.
He's pulling it off the sides. I see him. Anyway.
I wasn't gonna mount it with it on.
Tane says you should have installed the AIO before the GPU.
Before
Actually,
the what?
it really doesn't matter in this case since he did the vertical mount. It's not like it's in the way.
No, it's not in the way. Hold on, let me. Oh, there we go. Change the focus on the camera. You guys can see it.
Crypto Perks was asking, what's an IO shield? Okay, so if you've only built computers in the last 3 or 4 years, and you generally get upper end computers, you probably never seen an IO shield. So IO shield is for motherboards that have only like connectors at the back of the board. An IO shield is basically what you set into the case. Oh, you're being sarcastic. Got it. Yeah, it's hard to tell. But it's very possible. A lot of people don't even know what an IO shield is.
Hey Max, you think this board has that DRGB slot on it that the other one didn't have? It does, right?
I'm very convinced it'll be DRGB because it's a gigabyte board. Even though it's ARGB, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I gotta find it on the board.
Remember this thing, it's called a manual.
Okay, Max, fine. I'll read the manual.
Of the motherboard. That's right. I can read it for you since I already have it up.
I'm just gonna get the map.
Which tab I put it under. Oh yeah, it's over here.
Fine.
It's right there. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
You got me on the full screen.
There it is. Okay, you have one. How many of these connectors do you have on the board? You have 2.
I have 2? Sweet.
Yep. So there's one on the bottom towards the left. And there's one on the top right. So the one on the top right, obviously, that's for the AIO. All the other ones are for all your other fans, Jeff.
It says BRG 12 volts, so I'm assuming that's what it is.
Chum Chain says, don't forget the blinker fluid.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for coming out.
I did say which tab, but I found it quickly. I did find it quickly. Yeah, I honestly, this is one of the reasons why I like Gigabyte, is I can find anything I need on their website. I go to Asus. I remember when I was trying to help you with yours.
Yeah.
I had a hell of a time trying to find their motherboard manual for that model. It's so much easier on the Gigabyte website. They have everything under their support tab, manual, BIOS, any updates, all those things are all under that support tab. The only thing you have to do is select the specific board that you're working with, and then everything you could ever want to know about that motherboard is in one spot. And it's just super easy. It's not flashy or anything, but it just works. Just works. Anyway, and not sponsored by Gigabyte at all.
Right.
Maybe I should reach out. You're attaching the fans?
Yep.
And you're sure you're using the right screws?
Yes.
Okay.
I
You
learned
wouldn't be
from
the first person that used the wrong screws and ended up screwing into the radiator like too far.
Yeah, no. These ones are. I remember from the same one that we have on the other computer.
So what was the lesson we learned? What were the lessons we learned on the last computer when we were mounting the cooler block to
Really gonna throw me under the bus here, huh?
Oh, I just want to make sure you were listening.
Yes, I know. Springs on top.
And
I'm an asshole.
no, that's not what I was going to say. And bottom out the screws.
Bottom out the screws, right? I remember. That's it.
Yes. This room looks different in non-streamer mode.
That room looks different in non-streamer mode. Yeah, 100%. The lights are on though, but can't see it. All right.
No, they're mounted correctly.
What?
No, what did he say? Hold on. No, he's mounting he's mounting the fans so that they blow air out.
Yeah, they blow air out. Like, okay, so it's like this, right? Air comes through here out.
Oh, I think I know what they're talking about. Have you mounted them? Which way are the cables coming out of the fans?
The cables? The cables are left here.
I think that's what they're referring to. Is where make sure that when you're mounting them that the cables are mounted the direction you want them to go.
The cables are mounted in the direction. What? It's blowing. It's gonna. That's why I'm thinking.
Okay, hold on. No, Overboard Tech. I know what you're saying. Okay, there is a one way of thought that you have air being brought in from the front and being pulled out the side.
Right.
I was watching a video with Hardware Canucks where he was going over a bunch of different airflow options with a different type of case than the O11D, but it was a similar like structure to the way things work. And you can do it that way. Like I said, I personally like the pulling out the front or pulling out the top. That's what I think makes the most sense. The whole case basically with an upward airflow. Yeah, he is pushing through the radiator.
Yeah.
He's pushing from, he's not pulling. That's why the fans are on the inside.
Right.
I'm not sure what THOT stands for. You know what a THOT stands for? I guess I'm showing my age.
The hell out of this channel. I don't know.
Anyway.
Did I say it right?
I don't know. Like I said, I just prefer the top. That's what I've always been comfortable
poll, Max. You want to do a poll?
What was that?
Do a poll.
Do a poll? I can do a poll.
Do a poll. See what everybody
Right,
thinks.
I can do that.
If you want.
Start a poll.
So I got that done already. This is done.
Bounce or side.
So this.
Technically, it's not a radiator. It's a heat exchanger. Anybody want to know why that is? Change that.
Wow.
I could give 2 craps. Poll is up.
What?
Poll is up.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Your third option is probably going to beat both of them.
No, actually, it hasn't yet. Oh, it's like going all over the place. Currently, side is barely winning. Come on, top. Come on.
Let's see.
How many votes do we have? Wow, it's currently tied. Still tied. Oh, Top's winning now.
That's how it says to mount it. I forgot which way the bracket went.
Yes, amplifier gaming. Yes, Top would get hot air, but if so it just depends. What do you want to have the coolest air? Your CPU or your GPU? In this case, I believe your GPU is going to run hotter. So getting semi-cool air to pull through the radiator, you're still going to be better off because your GPU is going to run cooler. GPU is just flat out the hotter thing in this case. So I went back and forth on this as well, but I have a 5600X and a 3070. And the 3070, even in that configuration, the 3070 will run hotter.
Am I missing something? What the fuck is the...
What are you thinking?
No, I'm just trying to see which way to mount it on this thing again. I forgot which way it goes.
Which way the
actual... Where the hell did I... Oh, here it is. Like, is it up? Oh shit, hold on.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's right,
like,
because you got to install that onto the AIO.
Right. I can't remember which way it was. I'm trying to find it in the instructions, but
yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I know which way, but
yeah, I mean, okay, so
pretty sure it curves down. Like
right, grooves down, right.
It curves away from the AIO cooler.
100% grooves down, yeah. All right, so now what's the point?
The actual mounting bracket on the AIO, it's got like a slight curve to like the mounting points.
All right, so everybody says
they turn down on the edges. In this particular case, they turn down. Honestly, I don't think it really matters because it doesn't touch the other sides. But oh, Geekball Trade's like, it's gonna make a curves direction joke, but
no, wait, hold on. I gotta switch the fans then because the cables are here on the side. I have to put it on the other side. I'm gonna mount it up. Looks like up's gonna win.
Yes, it does. Woohoo!
So I'll put it up.
Honestly, I really believe it is the best way, especially as your, every AIO cooler is eventually going to lose liquid. It's going to evaporate, and it's the best way to keep it working longer, in my opinion. Not necessarily in my opinion, from what I've heard.
Right.
J2 Sense just had a thing about AIOs versus hard tubing, or basically doing it own water cooled system. And he was showing, he's like, there's nothing wrong with an AIO. They're just flat out not going to last as long. Just don't. The reason why is because you can't rebuild them. So found that pretty interesting. If you haven't watched that Jay's 2 cents video and you always wondered, okay, should I do AIO? Honestly, his video actually made me think, you know what? I'm never doing another AIO. I'm just going to stick with it now on. It's just not worth it.
Right.
So
I watched a few of his videos. I've been watching a lot of Gamers Nexus recently.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this. I love Gamers Nexus. I love the fact that he did that big thing on Acer. The last one he did at the show, I was kind of like, okay, dude, all right, I'm tired of this content. Got it. Asus is a bunch of assholes. They don't do right by the customer. Totally got it. Did they eventually do the right thing? Yes, but only because you were investigating. It doesn't change who they are. Got it. Then there was another video after that.
Yeah, they put out an update, I guess, for the motherboards, but you know what? I still returned mine because I don't know, man. Like, I spent a lot of money on all this. I don't want to risk it. And plus, like you said, King was telling me that the Gigabyte motherboards are way better in his opinion. So
yeah, I like Gigabyte better myself. I don't know how much better they are, but I've always had good luck with them. So. Big Bully, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
What's up, Bully?
Here? Ah, TCTC, good to see you, sir. You know, it's funny you mentioned about the buggy mic. I did a video last night, and it was horrible because the mic was so distorted. So does it sound like I'm distorted? Right now, I've got the volume turned way down on the stream so that I match up. Oh, please, Big Wolf. Join in on the trolling. Don't hold back.
Oh my gosh.
The build is for his personal computer.
Yep. I'm gonna do another one for my CPU mining rig. As soon as I get the stands from Chump Change.
See, are you doing an AIO or are you doing an air cooled?
Air cooled.
Very smart for a CPU build.
I got a really good fan for a good price. It's the Noctua U12, I think. I have it over here.
For which processor though?
The 7900.
Yeah, we'll see how that does.
They said it would. I mean, I took the advice of the CPU miners.
What a question? Oh, sorry. Thank you. What is he using for intake fans? Just the ones that came with the case.
Or the ones on my old case.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can change.
All right. Make sure the plastic is still on this thing. Now, the way that I have to do it is...
Holy cow.
What's up?
No, just my input gain is like way down. Wonder.
So then...
Kind of like 2. Is that better, guys?
All right.
Or am I like way louder than him now?
So that should be like that. Let's see.
Do I sound better now, guys?
You're definitely a little louder because you were low as hell before.
Oh, was I lower than you?
I don't know. I can't hear myself.
No, he is not going to remove the pre-pasted thermal paste. That thermal paste is just fine.
Yeah, the thermal paste on it's fine. Well, that's what I heard. Well, I was told.
I used it, and it's EK. EK doesn't really skimp on things, so I haven't seen it. And I used it. My 5600X, no matter how hard I pushed it, could barely get it above 50. So, yeah, it keeps it nice and cool. Yep, definitely top. I'm going to end the poll because I like the results.
Let me make sure I can close the...
Of course, you're already doing it, so that would be really bad if the results change.
Let me see something, because I think this is going to be...
Hey, while you're finishing that up, since you're kind of at a boring part of the build, I guess?
Yeah, it is a boring part. The fun part's going to be when I turn it on.
Yeah. How many of you guys have had... in fact, I'll put up a new poll for this. Ooh, mic is still going in and out. Really? You still hear it?
I'm trying to... I think I gotta use the flatter one.
Weird. Trying to think if I reduce the gate.
Yeah, what's your gate? What's your gate at?
It was at -30.
Yeah, it's a little high. I'd bring it down to like 15. You don't have a lot of noise in that room.
All right, I got the gate up higher now. So hopefully that's helping. Now, again, the input gain went down. What the heck? Maybe that was it again. Let's see if this stays this time. Yeah, I was like, doesn't have the ability to do a reset. So hopefully that is saving my... Okay, good. Good to hear. All right, looks like we may have solved that problem. Anyway, I'm not really sure how the heck all my mic settings got screwed up. See, it went down to 36 again. I didn't change anything.
None of these screws work. These screws suck. They all suck.
Let me do this. Let me boost this back up. And maybe it will stay there. It's just really strange. Like I'm like have it at 48 and then I go to do something else and it changes all by itself. All right, I'll keep an eye on it. All right. So what was I doing a poll on? Oh, I remember. Are you bandwidth mining? Yes. No. Yet. No. Don't like the security risk. And oh, it doesn't even let me. Only it lets me add 4 selections. Come on, YouTube, give me a break. And it just changed my gain again down to 27. I don't get it.
So that's mounted. Let's see.
What the opposite of a speed run is? What do you call Lantern Rouge? That's what the opposite of a speed run is. Anybody know what that is? Lantern Rouge. Look it up. All right. Well, we'll go with 4 selections since it wouldn't let me do anything else. The other one was, well, the option I was going to add was, what the heck's bandwidth mining? I'm enjoying this Lantern Rouge stream. Yes, Brad. Yes, it is. Very, very good. Yeah, it keeps bringing my input gain down. I don't understand why it's like jumping up and down. Oh, this is so weird.
What the hell?
All right. What I may end up doing is just resetting this and being done with it. Reset. Then it moves it up to 70 for some reason, which is way too high. That was the problem I had before. You know what? I am just going to here and being done with it. All right. Not exactly what I want, but yeah, it's like it's changing my input gain, and I don't know why.
Let's see.
Let me do this. Move that all the way up. Wow. So annoying. Let's see. Signal cleanup. Noise reduction gate, de-esser, depopper, limiter. Oh, you know what? I know what it's doing. It's bringing my volume down to your volume. It's doing it automatically.
What, to mine?
Yep.
Oh. So I think this is the way to do it. This looks pretty good. So then.
That's...
All right. So now I gotta. Where's that bracket?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Let me just see if I can fix the volume here. See if this will stay. Okay, well, let's see if that doesn't move now. Is the Acer. Oh, that's not it. The popper. So I took the compressor and limiter off. I'm thinking that's what was changing my input gain. So let me know if that sounds any better. Hopefully it does. Okay, so bandwidth mining, there are these devices. Mysterium is actually, I think, just software. I'm not as familiar with Mysterium. I know that, well, depending on which one you talk to. Fry calls it bandwidth mining. But yes, it is bandwidth sharing, but technically it kind of is, but it's being done to be a decentralized VPN. That's basically what it's there for. But anyway, it is profitable. So we were looking at, so Swan, I can't think of the rest of his name of his channel. But he did a video yesterday on the Fry miner. And actually, I'm going to do a screen share. And we can go through this. Honestly, I'm going to kind of crucify the thing because I was just like, are you kidding me? Let me see if I can still find it here. Fry Foundation. That's right. I'll go to Fry Foundation, and then I will go to resources. I find this thing.
Hey, Chili.
I wanted to find. There's the white paper. This white paper is pretty interesting. All right. Let me do a screen share and see if this will work. Should though.
All right, I'm mounting the cooler.
Oh, we definitely have to stay here for that. What's funny is, didn't you have a poll like in your stream that was, how should I mount the paste?
No, that was Rabid.
Oh, okay. Now you have taken the plastic off of it, right?
Yes.
Couldn't help myself.
Springs on top, right? Okay.
Yes, springs on top.
All right, hold on.
And remember, you're just getting it on, each one of them on, and then you're going to tighten a few turns on each corner, crisscrossing each time. To apply even pressure. He's fine, because if you look at the how much space his case has above the motherboard, he won't have any trouble mounting the CPU power. But good point. I know. I don't know if you were on the Hardware Unboxed stream, but yeah, we were. There were a bunch of us that were like, "No, don't do that. You don't have any room. Gotta mount the power first."
All right, hold on.
Yeah, he should be fine.
I need to make my life a little easier. Hold on a second.
All right. Kind of liking this thing about just being the voice in the background. Mobile board tech. Steven Cicero sobs in the shower. What? What did I miss there? Oh, why was he crying in the shower? Oh, okay. All right. I always hate getting late into a Max. I came to this stream to see your face, not Hawks.
Damn, that's messed up.
He's much prettier than I am, Red Panda. Well, I come to see your face every stream, Red Panda, and I never get to see it. So deal with it. Of all the people, you are saying that, really.
All right, that didn't work out.
No complaints, sir. No, none at all. All right, let me see if I can share my screen. All right, we're gonna do the window, that window. Then, thank you. I think, Red Panda. I think that's a compliment.
What'd he say?
He said, Max, you are prettier than Hawk for your age.
You guys set me up for failure. I just see it.
No, you're doing fine.
Trying to get this thing to catch, but it doesn't want to.
Spring down, then put the screw on. Just do a few turns, make sure it catches. And
it hasn't hasn't yet. Hold on. I think
yes, with the spring, you got to push a little bit to get it to catch.
This spring.
Oh, well, hey, it was a great stream, everybody. Now that Hobbyist is here, we'll see you next time.
Oh, wow.
Just kidding. Good to see you, Hobbyist.
What's up?
Yes, he is still building this PC.
Oh my God!
What I find funny. Okay, so hang on a second. It was 7:30. It was 7:30, and I trolled him by saying, "I'll start my stream after you're done. It'll be about 3 hours." Well, that's only an hour and 10 minutes from now.
I'm taking my time.
No, but you were mad at me when I said that.
God.
Might not be that far from the truth. Oh, come on. It's Hawk. As we always say, if I'm not giving you a hard time, then you should be worried. Hawk has nothing to worry about.
All right. So now, okay.
Did you tighten them all down, or you just got them all started?
I got them all like loose fitted. So I'm going to go in a star formation here.
Equal. That was 8. The first one was 4. No, not. Other corner. You got to make sure you're going equal. You already did that one 8 turns. You did that one 8 turns. It's the one across from you to the right. That one's only had 4 turns. At least give it another 4 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's 4.
Because even though it's spread out on there, it's still spreading more. So you want to make sure it spreads evenly. Steven Cicero. Okay, we need to get 10 BTC pooled together for a panda face reveal. I'm good. I don't need a panda face reveal. I understand. It's like the mystery of Panda. I understand why he doesn't.
Like. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, I really want to know, where did PandaPox come from? Did it come from a lab, or did the Panda mining cave lab?
Okay.
Alrighty. That looks good. Now you could always, if you want, you could always move the, like if you wanted to stretch out the cables a little bit, so they didn't like come down toward. You could always move the thing over.
Which part? I'm sorry.
Here he looks like a chicken. Well, they always say you are what you eat. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he looked like a chicken nugget.
I didn't hear what you said, Max.
Oh, basically, bacon, eggs, and hash said, I hear he looks like a chicken nugget.
Oh,
Meaning
panda? 100%.
And I said,
100%
yeah.
chicken nugget.
Yeah.
100% chicken nugget all the way. All right, so this is it.
I'm looking.
All right, so you said that it was on the top right of the board, right? For the oh shit, it was the other way. Fuck. Really?
Oh man.
What a pain in the ass.
Been thinking about you, Retro Mike. Been thinking about you.
Let's see. Where is the hell did the cable go?
Oh Jesus.
Fuck.
Sorry to hear that, Retro Mike. I can tell you that when things get bad, you learn who your friends are. I'm hoping that you have some people around you that are very supportive. I mean, I know we're as supportive as we can be remotely, but it's not the same thing as having a support system locally. So, yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, he was talking to me about it a little bit yesterday. That sucks, man.
Yeah, it does. It really does. All right. Well, while you are looking at RGB cabling and...
Here it is. Got it. Okay.
What are you doing? What are you mounting right now?
What am I mounting?
Or what are you plugging in?
This is the power cable for the fans, remember? So this goes into the other CPU fan slot, this one. Hold on.
Well, hang on a second. One of those is going to be for the pump, and one of those is going to be for the fans.
So the one that's for the... Right.
No,
so the one that's for the pump, this goes into a CPU fan slot, or an additional fan slot here.
Right, that's from the AAO, right?
Right.
Okay, so hold on a second. Let me go back to that manual, because there's like two different ones in the upper right.
There's a CPU OPT. There's
Yeah, hang on, let me look. I'm trying to remember which one.
This goes into the system fan, I think. This one.
Let's see here.
That goes into system fan. I know that from the last one. But then this goes into...
All right, let's do this. It should... Come on.
There's a 3-pin.
Yeah, one by water cooling CPU fan header. And I think that's COPT, which I think that's the one you want to plug in. Let's keep going.
COPT?
I think that's the one.
I thought it was just a regular system fan.
It's not a fan. It's a hang on.
Because this one goes into the motherboard. Isn't there a slot for this in the motherboard?
Hold on. Give me a second.
I'm giving.
Yes. So the CPU OPT, the fan header is 4-pin and possesses a foolproof insertion design, blah, blah, blah. Speed control, let's see. Yeah, that there is one, and there's a spot up there for that as well. But we're talking about the fan connector, which isn't.
I got the CPU fan plugged in, and then the other fan plug coming off the AIO at the radiator itself or whatever. I got that into a system fan slot. That's what I did on the other motherboard.
No.
No.
You want so you want the one that's coming from the actual CPU cooler block. You want that to go into CPU OPT. The ones that are connected to the radiator, you want those to go into the CPU fan.
Okay, that's easy. I can just switch them over. Okay, hold on.
And the reason for that is because as your CPU gets hotter, the CPU fans will ramp up. That's a PWM connector, and it's going to basically ramp up the fans according to the I would say the graph, but that's not the right word. But anyway, a graph that's set up in there to basically set what percentage of fan you're using at whatever temperature.
Right. Now, what about the little 3-pin plug-in thing here?
Yeah, there's another one that's in the upper right.
Is it
It's the 3-pin one. It's the one that has the gap in the middle. Just gotta line it up.
Yep.
That'll say DRGB next to it.
It doesn't say. It says BRG, and then under it says GDV or something.
Yeah, don't worry. That's the right connector. Actually, it says DLED2. Actually, is what it says.
Yes, DLED2. Right.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's the one. And again, that's for the one that has a 3-pin connector.
Right. One second. We should be done here in a second. I'm going to plug it all in.
Well, you haven't even put the fans in yet.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Oh, shit, that's right.
I mean, you can see if it'll boot.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
but have you connected any power cables yet?
Yeah, to the mother. Yeah, all the power cables should be plugged in. Yeah.
Oh, you plugged them all in? I didn't see you do that.
Yeah, the GPU, everything's plugged in. CPU plugged in.
GPU is plugged in. The motherboard power cable's plugged in. The CPU power cables are plugged in.
Yep. I found it had 2 8-pins for the motherboard, so I found the second 8-pin.
Okay. Yeah, this one might actually need that. All right, so back to bandwidth mining. Let me actually add that to the scene.
What the hell is bandwidth mining?
We'll leave him down there. So bandwidth mining, basically what it is you basically put a device in your house that allows others to gain access to it. Now, supposedly, you're not going to make yourself vulnerable to any security issues. Again, I say supposedly. There's people that argue both ways.
I'll be right back, Max. Sorry.
Okay.
1 second.
But basically what you're doing is you're basically putting a device in your house that allows for a decentralized VPN access. So in this particular case, Mysterium and mainly Mysterium, because Fry doesn't even offer its own service yet. It's basically providing service to those other services until it can launch its own service. But I'll go through that in a minute. But Mysterium is a decentralized VPN. So it offers the ability to go through that access point. So some people call it bandwidth mining, but it really doesn't take much bandwidth. So I'm just coining the term because if you look at at this, it actually coins that term. Let's see if it's actually in the table of contents. So our decentralized networks, DVPN, decentralized VPN. They also have a decentralized GNSS network. So basically where they're tracking satellites and they're indoor GNSS base stations. And they encourage people to put multiple base stations in their house because that will make for more reliable data while you still have it in your house. So anyway, but here's where I think things get, well, let's go over the positives first, I guess. So what they're doing is they are providing a like small form factor computer to your house, and then you hook it up to your Ethernet and turn it on, download the software, and away you go. And the mining rewards basically are pretty good, actually. Payback on it is about 6 months. So not too bad. I mean, when you're looking at a bear market, not too bad. You make about $30 a month. Now, what I find interesting is it's like, okay, so you make 107.86 fry each day. I believe each one's about 1 cent, if I remember correctly. And somebody can look that up. I'll look it up in a little bit. But it came out to about $30 a month, if I recall. And anyway, but it's 107.86. And if you're doing satellite mining, it's 82.86 fry each day. And it does have a halving schedule. It's not really a halving schedule. It's but it is every year they reduce their rewards by 1.43%, I believe was the amount. But they do have a schedule each year where those rewards do go down. Now, what kind of got me was I'm like, okay, well, why can't I just bring my own device? They're like, yeah, you can, but your rewards are going to be half. I was like, okay, why is that? I don't really get that part of it. If I'm going to do this with one of the devices in my house, I'm probably just going to reuse an old computer because it doesn't require much processing. One of the things they tout is using recycled computers, basically reusing old computers that otherwise would go to a landfill. Well, that's great, but so I need to buy one from you in order to maximize my profits while I throw out something else I have in my house. That doesn't make a lot of sense. I'd rather reuse what I already have. But you can come end of third quarter, but you're going to make half of the profits, unfortunately. The other part of it is when you look at their timeline, their roadmap, what if you ordered one of their devices, you're looking at end of third quarter. I don't know about you, but end of third quarter doesn't exactly excite me when I hear about all these other projects that fail to deliver upon their promises. And they said, hey, that's fine, we'll just provide 100 fry for every week that we are late. Well, it's basically about $1 for every week. So if you're spending whatever 300 and whatever dollars on this unit, for every week that they're late, they'll give you $1. So let's say that they were 26 weeks. Well, you're getting another 10% off. I suppose, but I don't know. I guess it's a nice gesture, but it's not that much. It's not going to be something that's so like, oh my gosh, we better be on time with this from their perspective. It's just kind of we're going to throw that out there and hopefully we're on time. Although what they're doing is I don't think it's necessarily that hard. They just have to, because they're taking recycled computers. It's not like they're building new computer hardware or specialized hardware in order to do this. So anyway, but what really kind of got me was when we started looking at potential Fry use cases. I thought, wow, these all sound pretty darn familiar. So it says, in addition to the existing use cases of Fry, such as using it to purchase our miners with an automatic 10% discount, earning Fry by participating in our decentralized networks via Fry mining, accessing the ad-free version of our future decentralized VPN network, purchasing bandwidth from our future decentralized VPN, and buying satellite data from our satellite mining network. But we've come up with these additional use cases. Payment for services. Well, of course, any crypto can be used to pay for services. You don't need to say that. Did you have a question there, Mr. Hawk?
No, sorry to interrupt you, but I was letting you know I'm going to fire this thing up.
Okay, cool.
So if it goes in smoke, you guys will have some good content.
Nice. Yeah, do you want to share with us the phone number for the fire department?
Yeah, usually it's 911, same as mine. So
yeah. But if I call and say, "Hey, I've got a guy in Fort Lauderdale."
Yeah.
Anyway,
that'd be pretty funny.
So moving on to other use cases, trading pairs. Well, again, nothing new there. Charity donations. Well, that certainly sounds like a takeoff of Meowcoin. Just being way more general and not even naming a charity. And then payment for advertising. I was like, why even have this section? Focus on what you're trying to do, which is the decentralized VPN service. Now, like I said, there are others out there. Mysterium's one of them, but it is a service. All right, that was one thing. What was? Oh, okay. Let me full screen. So.
Wait. I'll full screen me later.
I already full screened you.
Now I gotta do it right. All right, hold on.
Yeah, I was right. Reward reduction is 1.43% per year. And they said, 100 Fry for each week of delay. Each week. I was kind of like, each day? Right. Okay, maybe you got something there.
Power's on, but I don't see... The power's on, but I don't know if the board has like a standby light or anything. Probably not.
So, anyway, I don't know. I just thought these projects are pretty interesting. There isn't a lot of investment to get into it. They are very early. There is very heavy risk. Certainly not investment advice. But if you are interested in this type of project, getting in with Mysterium might be the better option, in the fact that you don't have to buy extra hardware in order to do it. By the way, can you guys hear the grinding of the coffee in the background? Let me know. Oh, wow, you can see it?
Wait, there it goes. It works.
No, the lights come on and the fans go spinny, but does it post? Do you have a monitor hooked up to it?
Yes. Hold on.
Well, you can just tell us. We'll believe you.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. But get no lights on the AIO, though. Spinning, though. It's on.
Did the screen post? Did it go to BIOS?
Hold on. No, I think the guy unplugged the monitor.
Oh, there goes the AIO.
Yep, there it goes.
Remember, it may restart a few times. It's got to like train stuff, so.
Yeah, let me see something real quick. I think the thing's not plugged in. Yep, it's in. Okay, so new CPU installed. What does it say? New CPU installed. FTPM PSP NV corrupted, or FTPM PSP NV structure changed. Press Y to reset FTPM. If you have a bit locker or encryption enabled, the system will not boot without a recovery key. Press N to keep previous FTPM record and continue system boot. I don't know what FTPM is.
Everybody's saying press Y.
Press Y?
That's what they're saying, but I'm not sure. Hang on a second. So what's the message again?
Here, hold on.
Because basically, I'm just going to type that in, and I guarantee everybody's got an answer to it.
Hold on. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Can you see it? God, this is ghetto. Can you see it?
Hold on. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Let me do this. There we go.
It's not an old hard drive. It's all brand new. I would have to load Windows on it. I'm not using an old system drive. Okay, so you can swap back to the old CPU to recover TPM related. Oh, so it's a whole new motherboard, so I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, it's all brand new. Well, God, this is all jacked up, and I gotta fix it later. But press N to keep previous version. I mean, there is no previous version.
Hold on.
It's all brand new. Hey, at least I got it to boot.
Press Y.
Press Y?
I told you to press Y like 20 minutes ago.
I know they did. Hey, trust but verify.
What's the plug in?
Noob.
Y, okay. Alright. I pressed Y.
Are you putting Windows 10 or Windows 11 on this?
Any recommendations?
No,
BIOS
not really.
Reset. Please reconfigure your BIOS setup items if needed. Okay. So I'm in the BIOS. I got to the BIOS.
That's called a post.
CPU temp 30C. CPU voltage 0.894. CPU fans are reading. Let's see, reading both Corsair, 32 gigabit RAM. Oh. Hey! Got to I guess the hard part's over.
Yeah, that is the hard part.
So, so what do you think? Windows 10? I don't even know, bro. Like, I don't even know what's on my other computer. I don't even remember. Anybody have recommendations?
Paddywhack Miner just said by the time he's done, it'll be on Windows 14.
Windows 11. All right, so I got to get a copy of Windows 11.
Oh, they're saying Windows 11.
Huh?
So, yeah, people are saying Windows 11.
Sweet. So now I got to just install the rest of the fans, and then that's it. But at least, you know, we got it this far.
Yep. Let's see.
All you non-believers. Just kidding.
Aragorn Strider says, do 10 or 11. They both suck about the same.
They both suck about the same. All right.
Windows 11 is better for gaming, but not as user-friendly as Windows 10, says Bacon, Eggs, and Hash.
Has anybody got a version of Windows 11 they want to hand over?
I got an idea. How about you just download it and deal with the what do you call it? A little message in the bottom that basically keeps telling you that you haven't registered your Windows. That's what I've done. That's what Sunflower Mama's computer has. Windows 10 Pro, never paid for it because it's just got that little message.
Can't wait. This is my favorite part, is putting the sticker on. Oh, man.
Ovalboard Tech, actually, I can't find those $6 keys anymore. I think there's been a crackdown. I can find like, you know, $40, $50 keys, but I can't find a $6 key. Aragorn Strider said, don't tell Hawk Win 10 keys, work on 11.
Oh my God. So Retro Mike sent me the link.
No, actually I didn't. Like I said, the one I've got now and my daughter's computer, we both got Windows 10 like keys that we bought third party. But we did it back when they were like stupid cheap. And actually it was also a student discount. So it worked out really, really well. My wife's computer was built later than that. So yeah. So, but again, the only drawback is you can't set your desktop background. That's the main drawback. Other than that, there's not really much of a drawback. Yeah, SCD keys. I don't know if they do that anymore. Yeah, the CD key site that everybody used got shut down. They had to pay a huge fine, if I remember right. Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, I don't know if a lot of them are all linked together.
Hey, Max, my my girlfriend's like a big fan, and she goes, she just knocks on the door. She goes, "Are you live?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I said with Max." She goes, "Oh, never mind. Peace."
Glad I could help you, Hawk. Glad I could help you. See, now you can go ahead.
I'm live with Max. I don't get yelled at. Go live with Max more often.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, now that your build is pretty much complete, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm just gonna power it down and install the other fan.
Let me remove that from the scene. There we go. So anyway, I'm probably just gonna do a video. I actually, like I said, I had done a video on the power. I'm just gonna do a video on that later this week. But to give you guys all a preview, there were a couple of things that changed that is unique to Illinois, but that doesn't mean that your state doesn't necessarily have something unique to its state as far as charges and taxes. So in Illinois, we have a whole section of our power bill that is taxes. And we have two things in there that have changed. One is the carbon-free adjustment. And this was something in legislation that was passed. And this is a variable credit or debit on our bill. Right now, it's an extra charge of 1.2 cents. So yeah. So basically the net of it is everything outside of my supply rate, my variable rate supply that I've talked about. It went from like 4.3 cents up to 7.9 cents. So yeah, I've had to kind of recalculate when I look at my variable rate to say, okay, what's still my net rate? You know, before I used to start at 4.3 cents and add up from there. I'm like, oh, okay, as long as I'm at 5 or 6, I'm good. Now it's like, okay, oh shoot. Well, depending on what the earnings are, I may have to be less than 3 cents, which would put me at about 11 cents. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at that right now. I forgot to set my timers today. I didn't actually power down. It did stay below 5 cents on the variable side today. Maxed out like 4.8. And so during that hour, that means about 5 plus 7. I was at about, 5 plus 8. I was at about 13 cents, which is pretty much breaking even right now when mining Dynex. So anyway, but I'll do a separate video on that. And as far as my updates on Hivemapper, Hivemapper actually was pretty darn good this week. Had a pretty good payout. I'm just going to bring that up now so I can see what it was in comparison. I just forget how to get to it.
Whoops, sorry.
I was like, what is that? Oh, I guess I better plug in my phone since it's going to die.
Somebody was charging their phone outside the restaurant.
That's why you had a beep?
No, well, the sensors go off and it scares the shit out of them, and they grab their charger and go.
That's That's funny. All right, let's see here.
We're closed on Monday, so it's always just pay attention to the patio section.
Oh, interesting. Mine still says excellent connection. Go figure. Oh, but that's... Oh, okay. Did you guys get any hiccup or anything? Don't worry, it's probably just one of my nodes benchmarking. So yeah, I got 712 honey, which is more than I got any of the previous weeks. So not too shabby. And again, as I mentioned, I'm only going 20 miles each way to work. So it's not like huge distances, and it's generally mostly one way, at least, is definitely the same route each time. Going there is the same route. Coming home, I'll take different routes depending, especially if I stop and get gas. Like today I stopped and got gas. That's going to take me a slightly different route. It's a less traveled route, so I'll get paid a little bit better on that. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to put in the chat. Here, let me what was that? So are you bandwidth mining? Yes, 14%, no, 60%, 8% not yet. No, don't like the security risk, 18%. Respectable. Okay, let me end that.
I got a question for you, Max.
Sure.
What do you think about Terra offering $10 cumulus nodes?
I actually think that's pretty darn cool, especially if it's managed.
Yeah, they are. They're managed.
Having come from a... Well, let's put it this way. I've had some conversations with King, and I'm confident that he has it covered. Let's just put it that way. Retro Mike Tech, I just said some very nice things about you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good where we got ourselves in a position where we can offer, the $10, which is good because now we undercut just about everybody. I think Goldie was the cheapest, and but I think he was renting servers. We'll have access to it, so if there's an issue, we could always, we can fix it a lot faster. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be...
Retro Mike said, if I host for $9.99, would you host with me or Terra? Oh, gotta love it.
All right.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I love you both, man. Maybe I'd send a couple to you and a couple to him. Maybe that's what I would do.
Yeah, I think those are going to go live within the next about a month and a half. We'll have it like 100% ready to go.
Nice.
Give King a little bit of time to.
I think I might have to send at least a token 1 or 2 to Retro Mike Tech, since he always likes to out me with being a Flux cheater. Not a cheater. Bandwidth has never come close to exceeding what's available, and that's what their concern is. If it ever did, I'd start shutting off some nodes. So that's my stance. I've actually told that to Jeff Gee. I said, yeah, you guys want to do what you need to do to shut me down so that I can't do it? That's fine. It's fair enough. That's completely in your prerogative, and I'm okay with that. But I told him, I said, this is where I'm at. And if it affects the service of Flux because I'm doing what I'm doing, absolutely, I'll do the right thing and shut things down. Now, I'm not getting rich on the Flux nodes. So, right. But it is helping me to learn and to test what's going on the network. One thing I will tell you is the stability of Flux nodes, cumulus Flux nodes, has vastly improved. So, give you an example. Last night, late night, like 1 in the morning, it was about 12:30 actually, my 2 Raspberry Pi nodes go down. I'm like, crap. One's like 18 minutes away from the maintenance window, and it's an hour away from its payout. I'm like, okay, but I got time. I'm okay, no problem. I'll just restart it. It'll be fine. And it was. I restarted it. It was fine. Went to bed. Forgot about the other one. And I was getting ready for bed, whatever. It was like a half an hour later, and I'm laying in bed. I'm like, crap. I forgot to do that one. Hopefully it's still in the maintenance window. I come downstairs, it magically came back up. I didn't do anything to it. It said it was dead. It gave me the message, the Discord message, basically saying it went to sleep, but yet it came back. So they're doing something. I don't know if they're doing it rebooting or what, but I intentionally did not reboot that one because it was only it had 7 days to its payout, so only been 5 days in. I wanted to make sure that the one that was only an hour away from payout came back up and running. So I didn't want any conflict with the benchmark running. So that's why I did the one. And once I got that one, I was like, oh, okay, cool, good. And went to bed and forgot about the other one. So it is definitely, its stability is improving quite a bit, which I think is awesome. So. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Integra Guy says, it's not cheating, it's playing the game. Yeah, I mean, cheating is like if you have a helium network and you're doing proof of coverage and you are somewhere that you say you're not, that's cheating. What I'm doing is I'm working within what they are giving. They could do things to see what your total bandwidth is. But then you'd have to, if you had 8 nodes, you'd have to allow 200 megabits per second to all of your nodes every time they did a benchmark, which people don't necessarily want to do. So anyway, there's lots of different ways that they could get around it, and they've chosen not to at this point. They say that there aren't very many people like me. So when they knock me off, when they get all that figured out, they say they're really not going to lose that many nodes. So I'm kind of curious what happens. But I don't know. I think they're kind of being a little quiet about it right now. I'm really hoping that supposedly by the end of the year, Comcast is supposed to increase to at least 200 megabits per second upload in my area. That's what's supposed to happen. Might even be more than that, but we'll see. Integra Guy says the last 3 weeks might have been solid, all 4 of them, but before that they were dropping left and right. Agreed. Like I said, I haven't really been keeping track of them, and I have seen some errors and stuff come through, and they've always said recovered. And there's been 1 or 2 times where it's like, oh shoot, that one looks like it went down, and I went back to it and it was up. So yes, they have been doing very, very well, very stable. So it seems like even if they're not stable, when they reboot or with whatever they are doing to make sure that they get up and running, they're able to self-guide themselves back into getting online. So definitely like that. All Set Miner says, you can buy my HNT miner for $40. That's actually kind of tempting. If it's the MNTD one, is it the gold one or the black one? But yeah, I mean, there's just Raspberry Pis in there. You can just strip it down and sell the Raspberry Pi for more than $40. So yeah, I definitely would not sell that for $40. You can get a lot more for it. You can get 5 gigs for $150 per month, Alexander Fleener. Holy cow. Wow. Put it on eBay. They're going for $100. They're going for $100? Wow. Yeah, that and Crankify it. Yeah, you can put Crankk on it. Yeah, I'm making a good amount. Decent amount, I should say. Yeah, I'm not getting rich on it, but it's a decent amount. I know that we have to wait for like the next. Right now, they're in like the beta right now. They only have so many slots, so we got to wait for the next batch to kind of open up. So, but anyway, lots of things you can do with that Raspberry Pi. Heck, go to university. They all need. All their most of their electrical engineering departments need Raspberry Pis or something similar to that. I know my daughter had, for one class, she had a Raspberry Pi, but for most of the other ones, she had another small single board computer, and I cannot think. It started with an A. Anyway, I'm drawing a blank on it. Don Germain said he just bought a Rack V2 for $100 plus tax and shipping. Helium is a bear market gimmick. I'm holding on to it, but I'll ride it to zero at this point. I am taking all of the IoT tokens, and I am translating them or exchanging them for Solana. So I'm accumulating some Solana along the way on that one. Keep in mind, when Crankk goes public, you can only run one per location. Correct. That makes sense. Right now, I do have 2 here, and is because it's in beta. I'll find a neighbor to put it up. I'm not really too worried about that. I know at least one of my neighbors would put it up. Probably 2 of them. So, and actually, I am trying to get another. Well, I have 3. And so I'm trying to get the one I have at my sister-in-law's place. I actually was thinking I would, if I was going to drive down for Cypherpunk, I was thinking I would stop there, say hi. But now I'm thinking about flying. Flights are like stupid cheap, but I'll probably wait too long, and then they'll be like $300, $400, and then I'll probably drive. But yeah, I don't know. Man, Sunflower Mom was debating whether she's going to come or not. So, oh yeah, I remember what. This is the other thing I wanted to put up in the poll. Do you like the new background light? Oh no, that is not a poll. That is a comment. Oh, there we go.
Trying to find out what I do with that thing.
There we go. Alrighty. Be honest. Be honest. You don't like it, say so. It's okay. It was my idea. It was not Sunflower Mama's idea. So trust me, you will not offend her. So. Wow, you're taking out lots of more stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm going to use the Cooler Master fans instead because I have the hub to go with it. Remember we didn't have the hub for the other one? The RGB hub? These work together. So.
No, I know, but the ones that came, why don't you use them all?
Well, no, actually there was no fans that came with this.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I had these sitting around. They're practically brand new.
Okay.
And I'm just going to use these. Fuck it. No big deal.
Are you going to put fans in the front? Or is the front glass?
The front's glass. It's glass and glass.
Oh. Yeah, I'm definitely glad you did the thing on the top then.
Yeah, I'm going to put the fans here.
So on my PC, I've got 3 fans in the front, 2 fans in the top, and 2 fans in the bottom, and 1 fan in the rear.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't mount a fan back here. It's not.
There's no fan mount there?
Nope.
Wow.
I could put another one.
Yes, that's
here.
the one thing. It's the one drawback. You can't. Can you mount a fan underneath the GPU?
Probably. I mean, probably not. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's rails back here. I mean, I probably could if I took off the bottom. I don't know how with this spacing though. Probably not. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would definitely want to have a couple in the front.
Yeah, there's no.
I don't know.
There's nothing
Honestly,
here.
you know what? I'm not sure I would put those 3 in the side. I might just do a full chimney.
Just have them
3 in the bottom, 2 in the top.
Have them suck in air here. Circulate up this way.
No, you don't want that because where's the airflow going to come for the GPU?
Right. So that means the fan's got to blow out this way.
What I'm saying is put the fans on the bottom.
bottom? I guess I could. I mean, I can't. I don't know if it's gonna. Not with the GPU there. I mean, underneath it, it won't. I don't think it'll work. It's not high enough.
What do you mean it won't? You mean you can't fit the fans underneath it?
I don't think so. I mean, I could mount it.
Well, no, you wouldn't put it underneath the case.
Well, I know. As I'm saying, I could mount it to the inside here. As I'm saying, but.
So what I'm saying is directly under the GPU, there's not enough room.
No.
And you can't mount the GPU higher?
Not unless I put it this way or like.
No, I meant you can't mount it higher. For some reason, I was thinking you could actually mount that in a higher position.
I mean, I could put one fan like right here.
No, that's not really going to help much.
That's pretty much it. So then this has got to be blowing out then, right?
No, it's got to be blowing in.
That's what I thought. Okay, so then definitely it's got to. So then it's got to be mounted this way. So it's got to go like this. It's going to suck in air. Because that, what I should have did was, if I put the AIO radiator over here, right, then I can put these fans up top blowing in.
No, you always want to blow out from the top. It's heat rises. You want to suck the hot air out.
Right.
So yeah, and they say you always want to have slightly positive air pressure. So having 2 fans blowing out and 3 fans blowing in will help keep dust out of the case. So I would say try the 3 fans on the side and blowing in and see what happens.
Yeah. They're gonna be backwards though. It won't be front like this. It'll be like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Unless you buy hybrid fans that reverse, or you buy the backwards fans.
Right.
So, alrighty. Well, I have been streaming for, gosh, almost 2 hours. Holy crap. Time flies. Well, hey, I'm glad you guys all seem to like the light. Awesome. Appreciate that. It's all thanks to you guys and your super chats. Very much appreciate it. They definitely help. And the memberships, of course. Actually, the memberships even help more. So appreciate all of that. I'm going to go ahead and end that. Yeah. Yes, we would be 20 minutes away. Although technically he's done with what he was planning to show. Let's give him at least that.
I mean, I took my time on purpose. Like, I just didn't. I was gonna stream it, but then I was like, I thought it would take like 2 hours, but I don't know. I just didn't want to rush it.
Yeah, like I said, it works. Now it's just get the fans in. Are those what kind of are they LED fans?
Yeah, Cooler Masters.
Or RGB, I should say.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm just trying
All right,
to
well,
think.
I am going to go ahead and end the stream. I think we are good. Like I said, I will put out a video about the power stuff. Well, actually, before I go, I always like to end with an AMA. Does anybody have any questions? All right, well, Argon Strider, I'm disappointed the Octominer Proof of Useful Work server doesn't support consumer GPUs. No clearance for tall cards or even cards with top power connectors. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I wanted to look at renders of the Flux GPUs. I'm kind of curious where the heck. Shoot. Of course, it brings up all the videos. Yeah, and I meant to do this yesterday, and I totally forgot. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm kind of curious because I mean, I'm thinking if they're making those GPUs, like, why wouldn't those GPUs have a connector that could be used within that case? So yeah, either that or because it's a mobile, it doesn't even require a PCIe connector, like a separate power connector. I don't know.
Hey Max, just a question. Did I hear that iPolo made a GPU? I touched on this the other night, but I think I might
It's a GPU style ASIC, is my understanding, or I don't think it was an FPGA. I'm pretty sure it was a GPU style ASIC. So it looks like one of those like cat FPGAs,
right?
But it's actually like a GPU style ASIC.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, did I hear that correctly? So.
Okay, so Chile announced an update. They will be a 4.5U form factor and have an option with a 5U lid. That makes sense. Now, but what it will say still is it's a maximum of a 2-slot GPU. Now, it's a 2-slot GPU. There's not going to be any room for those fans to blow anything because they're right next to the other card. So that's one thing that still is a factor. Now, you could take the actual shrouds off of the GPUs, which will make them narrower. But again, anything greater than a 2-slot GPU won't matter because the front plane is going to overlap with the next card if it's greater than 2 slots. So anyway, something to keep in mind. Now that's only if you want 10 cards in there. If you don't mind having less than 10 cards in there, you should be able to put bigger cards in there, and then just know that you're only going to fit 5 in there instead of 10. And as I mentioned before, hey, get some ribbon cables and not put the top on, and just have those mounted like higher up. Anyway, I bet we'll see some very creative uses that maybe weren't the intended function of those server cases in the first place, but we'll see. Any other questions before I go? While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to look up and see if I missed anything else. Oh, well, I'm glad it is. Did you turn off the light? Or did it just run out of gas? Oh. Let me see if I can turn it back on. It may have run out of power. I'm trying to turn it off. All right. Well, somehow I hit the selection button and it went into all the special functions, and I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to get it back, but I guess it has a timer on it. I guess it only lasts for 2 hours on the timer or something like that. I think I actually had it on for 3, but the battery is not dead. I only had it on 50% power, so the battery was dead. Oh, all right. Well, I guess the battery was dead. So I will plug that in so that it's ready for my content that I'm going to do later this week. All right, let me scroll down and see if there's any other questions. So what is my reliability score on my pre-nodes running on Flux? The new Ionos VPS don't work with pre anymore. Really? Interesting. I like Ionos, but I wasn't aware that that happened. That stinks. All right, well, let me bring that up. One's really good, one not so much, which is kind of strange. I think this is it. Make sure I'm not sharing my screen. There's my pre-node. All right, so was it 80? It finally went down to 79. So one of my reliability scores is 79. The other one is 67. Those are the two that I have online. Now you do get 3, but my third one was is at 67. It was the one I was using until the reliability score went down. So I'm not sure why the reliability score is as low as it is. The only thing I can think of is it happens to be associated with one of my Raspberry Pi nodes. So maybe I'll try rolling it out to one of my other nodes that's more reliable. And yeah, I may try that. And then, because basically I could roll out another. No, so the problem is I've rolled this one out and I've paid for a year. You know, I'm going to reach out to Jeffkey and be like, hey, I paid for it for a year. Can I move this to a different node? And I wonder how I would do that. Yeah, I'll look into that. Because, I might have something to do with the node I'm on. And that's my reliability score is low. Alrighty. Paddywhack Miner says bought a SenseCap M1 for $30. For $30, wow, that sounds good. Good night, Tech Man. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. My existing IONO servers continue to work, but the new ones just stay trying to connect forever. That stinks. My existing IONOS are between 80 and 86. You can do a hard redeploy. I'm not aware of that, actually. My worry is that I've paid for the nodes, so how would I redeploy on a different node? That's what I'm curious about. If you know of a way of doing that, I'm very curious. But we will take that offline. My Dimo's going well. I mean, actually, I just leveled up to level 2 this week. So in your 4th week, you level up to level 2, and your payment goes up just a little bit. Hang on, let me pull that up. Dimo. In market. Currently have 1,085 Dimo. Looking at my earnings. So this last period earned 142, and the previous time it was 133. So it went up, not even 10%, but it went up. Not complaining. So we'll keep that going. I drive my car pretty much at least 5 days a week. So being able to drive once is not a big deal. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's just leave it plugged in and drive at least once a week. I mean, even if I go to and fly to Cypherpunk, I'll still end up driving either on the way, before I go or after I go during that week. So, and heck, if I need to, I could have my daughter drive my car around the block or something. So, again, not a big deal. No, I know. Let's see what else was asked. Retro Mike Tech says, talk to Jeffkey, but I remember seeing options to do soft redeploys and also hard redeploys without having to repay. Okay, yeah, I'll actually ask him. So appreciate that. In the dashboard, level 3 is a big jump, but you need to wait 17 weeks. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, it's like free money. If I was cashing out, which I haven't really been cashing out at all. By the way, is my audio still good now, guys? Got 120 on my car with the AutoPi connected. Oh, I forgot about AutoPi. but I believe it's probably connected to the same connector. Yeah. Okay, good. Glad to hear. Alrighty, guys. Well, appreciate you guys sticking with us. I'm sure if it wasn't for Hawk, you guys all wouldn't still be here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But appreciate you guys all being here. And we will see you again next Monday on Mondays with Max. And see you Saturday night on Misfit Mining Saturday Night Live. And I'm probably like around Thursday, I'll probably put out some content. Like I said, I just need to retape what I already taped. I don't write out scripts or anything, so I got to kind of think about it again, but it should be pretty easy to do. So like I said, I'll put that out either Wednesday or Thursday. Alrighty, guys. Have a wonderful night, and the General is out. Have a good night.